You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, let's talk about the New York Jets. More specifically, is it over? And by over, I mean as a starting quarterback for quarterback Justin Fields. It sure looks that way. But I will be the first to tell you, whatever it is that Aaron Glenn and that offensive coaching staff is doing, those game plans that they're putting together and how they are choosing to use Justin Fields is absolutely an issue. I mean, right, wrong, or indifferent, he was much better than this. With the Pittsburgh Steelers and Arthur Smith running that offensive show in Pittsburgh. Justin Fields has insanely regressed. Okay? Right here you see, of course, they lost the game against the Patriots. And then Brian Costello of the New York Post called on the Jets to bench Fields. I don't know how you can keep from benching him. At this, I really don't. The Jets lost in New England 3 years ago that led to a quarterback change. It needs to happen again, Costello said. In 2022, Robert Saleh benched Zach Wilson after watching him throw for 77 yards against the Patriots and failed to take accountability afterwards. Saleh turned to Mike White, and we all know that did not work out either. In 2025, Aaron Glenn needs to bench Justin Fields after watching him throw for 116 yards Thursday night against the Patriots. Unlike Wilson, Fields took accountability for his play, but the move still needs to be made. It should be Tyrod Taylor under the center against the Ravens. I don't even think that's a question. I mean, Tyrod Taylor is a competent professional quarterback. Okay, now what he's going to put up, I don't know. Now, this is the Steelers last year, all right? He started the first 6 games of the season, and I mean, look, it wasn't nothing to get all fired up about, but I will say this. I mean, he threw for at least 100 yards in all these games, and when you look at this season, wow, 27 yards, 45 yards, 46 yards, 54 yards. I mean, clearly how they're asking him to play is a problem. And part of it is this. Aaron Glenn, Jets don't want to put quarterback Justin Fields in harm's way like he's a running back. Then why did you do that? Why did you do that? 2 years, $40 million contract, $30 million guaranteed. You brought him in to do what? Be Jared Goff? I mean, you came from the Lions, right? And I think you were with the Saints at one time. I'm trying to remember if you were on Sean Payton's staff, but I thought you was maybe. I know you had those the Payton Parcells ties. I'm talking about Aaron Glenn. Brees was a pocket quarterback. Goff was a pocket quarterback. Why did you sign Justin Fields? If you want to try to force him to, he's the last guy in the league I would have signed and tried to square peg in a round hole a pocket quarterback out of him. It's bananas. It's absolutely bananas. Why didn't you run, look at what the Steelers did. Run some version of the old Greg Roman offense that he ran with Lamar Jackson in the Ravens days. All that said, I think it's over for Justin Fields. Justin Fields' future already in doubt. I can't imagine bringing him back. I really can't. Dan Graziano, ESPN, said this, quote, "What would landing the number 1 pick mean for quarterback Justin Fields? I'm not sure Fields is long for New York, regardless of whether the Jets take a quarterback in the draft. But if they end up with the number 1 pick, and assuming Fields' performance doesn't do a complete 180 the final 8 weeks, I have to believe they'd use it to draft his replacement. Fields wouldn't walk away empty-handed, though, as $10 million of his $20 million for 2026 is fully guaranteed. So they got to pay him another $10 million next year, regardless of what they decide to do here. This was a disastrous signing. For the way that they want to play, it's a disastrous signing. It really is. I don't get it. Aaron Glenn, defending play calling. Well, the thing is, we don't want to make it a habit of our quarterback just continuing to run because we can put him in harm's way. I felt like if we get a fast start, we'll be in a good position. Justin ran the ball quite a bit. The thing is, we can't put Justin in a situation where that's a running back, and I think we all know that because we will put him in harm's way. You're right. He did a good job on some of those runs. We have to be calculated with those. Really? Because honestly, I'd be like, one read and run like hell. Some slants, some screens, some bubble passes, RPOs, one read and run. You run like a damn gazelle. He's one of the most athletic players in the league. He's certainly a top 5 most athletic quarterback. It looks to me like, and I still don't get it, why even bring him in to begin with if you don't. When they signed him, I went, I like this signing. All right, we've talked about on this channel because I talk about the Steelers a lot and have for the last couple of years. The fact that there were a lot of Steelers players that believed he should have continued to start last year instead of Russell Wilson. And that after Russell Wilson played a while, there were Steelers players going, can we put Justin Fields back in? He was doing that much of a competent job for the Steelers. He wasn't setting the world on fire, but he wasn't throwing for 25 yards either. I mean, what is the point of signing a running quarterback? And I mean, he is one of the more pure running quarterbacks in all of the National Football League. What is the point of signing him if you don't want to cut him loose? You know? I mean, why would you just sign a pocket? Hell, I almost said sign Zach Wilson back. No. I mean, but go get you a pocket quarterback. Hell, you could have signed Jameis Winston. Yeah, he'd have thrown 3 picks a game, but he might have thrown 3 or 4 touchdowns. I don't understand the signing. I've said this before. I'll say it again. And it always goes back to the Aaron Rodgers situation with Aaron Glenn and how unprofessionally Aaron Glenn chose to handle that as a head coach. And the fact that after all these years of being an assistant coach, he didn't feel like he should handle a future Hall of Famer better than he did. As soon as that incident happened, I will always go back. You've heard me say it in other videos. That was an immediate red flag for me, and I was a big fan of the hiring. When they hired him, I was a big fan. But we also got to remember they tried to hire Mike Vrabel. They had a last-ditch effort to keep Vrabel from the Patriots and try to get him in. There was no hope of that. I mean, that's where Vrabel wanted to go. That was his dream job, was coaching the Patriots. Look how that's turned out. The Jets are such a mess. They really are. I feel it in my bones. I don't know that this is the head coach. You've won 2 out of the last 3 games or whatever it is, but he's got some work to do. And Lord knows I'm not a fan of the sports media. I'm just not. Me and Matrix have been calling out the sports media since early 2020. But just the way he disrespects the media when there's really no reason to, when they're asking valid questions surrounding quarterback, yada, 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 and the rudeness. And yeah, was Parcells warm and cuddly? No. But Parcells knew how to play the game, too. He'd have a room laughing their ass off. Tell me what you think. I'm going to keep it real. I still don't think this is the coach. I don't. And I, you know, a lot of people praise that trade they made. Those two trades, Quinn Williams, Sauce Gardner. Well, we got all these first-round picks back so we can get better players or we can get good players. Well, you had good players. You just gave up. Two guys that you would have drafted with the very picks you just got. So, I mean, you hit on the picks. It's the coaching and the quarterback that's the mother effing problem. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.